Okay, this is our second video. This is our favorite books for March. It's a little bit late, but that's okay. So I guess I'll pass it over to Bria to get us started because she's more prepared than me.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our last video. If you haven't yet, go and check that out. So for my March book, my book of the month was Let Me Go by Kate Bold. This was another Kindle read, so I don't have it with me physically, but I will make sure to put a photo of it right there. So again, this is a new author that I haven't read. I've been trying to read new authors on my Kindle just to test them out before I actually buy a physical book from them. My rating out of 10, I gave it out of a 9 out of 10 just because I liked fast pace, and it definitely gave me that. I didn't want to put the book down. The book is like a suspense thriller type of book, and the brief description is you follow this lady and she has a whole new life, but something from her past comes back up and it haunts her, and she can't move on in the future until she gets rid of the past, and the past has brought up some issues in the future. I don't want to do any spoilers, so it's hard to kind of explain a little bit, but that's one of the things that I like about this book, is that you just keep getting new information, and it's very easy to follow and easy to read, so that's also a nice plus if you are getting into reading and new. But yeah, I will now hand off to Isaiah.
So I don't have a physical copy of my book this time. It was from the library. It's a book called The Looming Tower by Wright, and it is about the development of Al-Qaeda leading up to the 9/11 attacks. So for some context, I was not alive yet when the attacks took place, and I became pretty interested in them couple months before I read the book. I started learning a bunch of things about them just because there were a couple of reasons. One was the massive impact that they had on the world that I live in and that I've always lived in, because the impact has always been felt, at least for me. But also the fact that something like that was even able to happen was pretty crazy, and it intrigued me a lot. So I read this book. Wright is I believe he's an investigative journalist, independent though, so he's not associated with anybody. And he did a really, really great job going all the way back from the 1940s to talk about how the radical ideas that led to 9/11 were created, and then eventually those ideas were spread. You follow Osama bin Laden a lot, and you follow Ayman al-Zawahiri a lot as they develop their own organizations and eventually merge into one. It's a very interesting read. It's not a light read by any means. You kind of have to be in the right mood, and yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for everybody. But yeah, and eventually you also start learning about all the, we'll say, intelligence mishaps that occurred that led to the attacks being able to be carried out. And it is interesting because it's almost told like it's a novel. So it's not like a typical nonfiction book where you're just reading stuff that happens. At least that's my perception as somebody who doesn't read a lot of nonfiction. The most nonfiction I've read is textbooks and stuff. So maybe a lot of other books are similar to this, but yeah. So it was a really good read. I'm hesitant to call it an enjoyable read, but it was a really good and interesting read. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would highly recommend it. Of course, if it's something that you don't think you want to learn about, because there is some very heavy subject matter, I would not recommend picking it up. Only pick it up if you think that you can handle the subject matter, because it is tough at times to read. But I gave it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was really well done, and yeah, that's about it from me. So
And this is his book.
yes, it's right there. Yeah. All right. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we will get the next one out on time.
We'll see you next time.